What's going on, guys? So basically, I woke up this morning to a message in my Discord saying that Twitch removed the blind playthrough tag because somebody got offended. I can't say that I was really surprised by this. Now, I love Twitch. Make most of my internet career has been made over on Twitch, and I enjoy my time there. But it is filled with a bunch of whiny little snowflakes. But I couldn't help but wonder if this really came from Twitter, right? I mean, I would like to see a blind person that's actually offended by the tag blind playthrough. Now, if you don't know, for some freaking reason, blind playthrough means this is my first time playing this game. I've never played it before. What, you know what I'm saying. So there's no way that this came about because of an actual blind person. It had to be some whiny person who has no disability on Twitter, which also I love Twitter, but it is a cesspool of whiny little snowflakes and degenerates. But somebody on Twitter had to have been complaining to Twitch saying that the blind tag playthrough is ableist or whatever. So we're going to take a look at the article that I read this morning and maybe a few tweets and see what's going on here with this. Okay, so basically, Twitch removes blind playthrough tag after disability criticism. Since 2018, Twitch has had a tag system that allows streamers to categorize their broadcasts according to their contents, and give viewers an at-a-glance idea of what they're about. Tags also tie into Twitch's still rudimentary but increasingly prominent recommendation system. Until very recently, blind playthrough was one of these official Twitch tags. Now, however, it's not. So I've actually never used this tag before. Most of what I do on Twitch is more of like a talk show, podcast, just chatting kind of thing. I don't play like a ton of games on there. Every now and then I've done some Bloodborne or whatever, but for the most part, I do more of a talk show podcast over there. So check me out, twitch.tv/PeteGunnShow, baby. So anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. It still kind of pisses me off that people are being offended for other people in this. There's no way that an actual blind person is all pissed off about a tag that is on Twitch. I mean, really, think about it. So let's see. Happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language for our community, she wrote. You can still use first playthrough or opt to use it in combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment. Previously, the blind playthrough tag received criticism over disability connotations. In June, for example, Able Gamers COO and Twitch partner Steven Spoon discussed the tag in a longer thread about disability terms and negative languages. Blind playthrough or going in blind can easily be replaced by saying no spoilers playthrough or undiscovered or first if it is your first. A blind playthrough would be to turn your monitor off, and that's not what most mean. Blind playthrough isn't a negative connotation. It just is it's a term, man. I mean, like, if you have a blind spot in your car, it doesn't mean that it's like a bad spot. It doesn't mean it's a negative spot. It means you can't see it. Blind means you can't see. So if you're doing a blind playthrough of a game, you haven't seen what's going to happen. Am I wrong here? Am I really that off base on this? Let me know in the comments if I am, but I'm pretty sure that this is just somebody else being offended for the sake of somebody else. The change is, as Spoon pointed out, kind of a no-brainer. Okay, is that a ableist term for somebody who is mentally handicapped? A no-brainer? I mean, let's go, Spoon. Let's be freaking consistent here, Spoon. What are you doing? First playthrough not only avoids adding another drop to an ocean of ableist language, but it also makes more sense. If I was a Twitch outsider, I could assume that blind playthrough might refer to any of a number of things. First playthrough is exactly what it says on the box. Somebody's first time playing through a game. I guess I can't disagree with it, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is people are whiny little snowflakes and I'm pissed off. That's what the point of this video is, okay? Some streamers, however, are hoping for something a little more substantial from Twitch in the future. I wish they had a disability tag so I can find more disabled gamers on Twitch to network with. That's a good idea, actually. Said streamer and artist Danny Dawnstar, echoing a sentiment that is not uncommon across multiple marginalized communities on Twitch. Spoon, whose organization regularly advises video game companies on these sorts of issues, think things are headed in an encouraging direction. I'm happy to see Twitch following through on promises to address and resolve issues and concern from the disability community. I'm 100% on board with video games being inclusive for all different types of people, for everybody. Video games are great. They're a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm all for Twitch being an inclusive place for All different types of people. Let's go to Twitter, where the real cesspool of the internet lies. So, I don't know who this is, but this is what popped up on my feed this morning. Happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone who shared feedback and removed the blind playthrough tag to encourage more inclusive language for our community. You can still use first playthrough or opt to use it in combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment. Justin Wang, love his content, great YouTuber, posted Blind by Korn official video. While LaRousse posted on here in November, in a few months the term blind let's play will be considered ableist. You willed this into existence, said Justin. So Yano said, this world needs a big ass reset. What the fuck is it even coming to at this point? Can we just ban everything then so no one can get offended? Ban speedrun tags for peeps who are movement impaired then as well. That's how it sounds to me. This is so cringe. I physically feel it. Holy fuck. Jake said, this world needs a war. People usually do this when they're bored out of their minds from living in a safe world when they don't have to worry about basic things, so they need to make up artificial problems on the fly. Yes, I agree with you, Jake, man. I agree with you. Let me give you a freaking like. By the way, follow me on Twitter. Sylvia says, I admit my ignorance, but I'm not entirely sure why this is ableist. If I say I have a blind spot, I don't mean that it's a spot. I mean I can't see it. I understand that offensive metaphorical meanings are wrong, but I don't get this case. Yes, that's what I was just saying, right? Blind spots in cars. And then into weeds, spelt wrong. Negative connotations. Nobody wants to be lumped in with a thing nobody wants. Blind playthrough implies it would be incomplete. Nobody wants to be indirectly considered subhuman. It's implied. This is what's wrong with the freaking internet. In the weeds, you're what's wrong with the internet. That's not at all what this is. A blind playthrough, for one, could be very complete. Blind playthroughs are really fun. People love blind playthroughs on Twitch. So, you know, the connotation isn't negative there. BDG says, I never thought of this. Oh my God, I will also delete my blind commands. Also, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I really need to pay attention to my wordage. Bruh. It's a learning experience for us, says Aurelian, who is the one who posted this in the first place. Thanks so much to being open to using more inclusive language. Let me see. Is Aurelian blind? I'll feel like a dick if she's blind. No, she's not blind. She's not blind. I mean, if she is, I'm going to feel like an asshole. But it doesn't look like she is. I don't know. People being offended for the sake of being offended. It's ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. True Knight said, there's this gamer on the platform called Quinn69 who has a blind emote. Wouldn't that mean that Twitch would have to remove this one as well? This is about cooperation, encouraging language, not about policing speech, which is what we'd rather have happen, right? When we associate the word blind with experiencing something for the first time, it can make people feel some kind of way. Come on, man. I wish there was a dislike button on Twitter. Rin says, everyone who shared feedback. Okay, but who? Who is actually giving feedback on this? All I'm noticing are a bunch of PR people saying, this will be more inclusive, while comparing a totally correct usage of a word to actually derogatory, disrespectful slang. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, so, I mean, we could do this all freaking day. Oh, wait. Sugar Plum Casey. Hi, to respond to this, I'm a blind streamer who uses Twitch and was not asked for feedback. I am not offended by blind playthrough, but I am offended that this is giving false narrative to blind people. Once again, we are being overlooked and words are being put in mouths. Thank you. People being offended for other people is way worse than using a tag that says blind playthrough. This is insane. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to my quick rant. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Twitch. I'm there Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Links are in the description. Got my merch, all that stuff. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, sexy, and safe, and I'll see you next time.